Aussie. 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 Angry. Aussie. Angry.
All right, it's Saturday night. And Loogie, your migraine's gone away? Oh, yeah, dude, the fucking worst. If you can get any medical help whatsoever, those cluster headaches, you want to get it. Oh, God, look, I'm yawning already. That's a bad sign. You're Donald Trump there. Why does Donald Trump do that double blowjob thing? Why am I doing it? Hey, honey. Oh, nice. All right, well, I'll be some background for you while you're doing some adult chores. I'm going to make a cocktail or two with Galliano. It's a bad sign once I start yawning. Stop. God, I don't have my fucking cameras. Jesus Christ. Always something. Honestly. Yeah, I'll be back. All right, I was gone for a while. I was doing technical help with streaming. Alrighty, so we'll do this. And bring this camera around. Oh, for fuck's sake. I just realized I've forgotten something else. Honestly. What a palaver. Oh well. There's not too many people here to see me messing around this much. I think everyone's come to expect it from me, quite honestly. Yes, they found it pretty interesting. Oh, fuck's sake. Oh no, light sensitivity. Damn. Yeah, that's a warning sign. Ooh, okay. Alright, let's do this. Alright. Oh dear. Now, I did turn that on better. Okay. Do this. Oh. This in here. G'day, cocktail lovers. One of the things I didn't do in my recent 1970s bottle extravaganza with my friend Dave was open the Galliano. I thought he could keep the Galliano. I don't particularly like it. I felt a bit guilty about opening all these bottles, but I found this today at my front door. I've been out for a while. David happened past and a note says open, which I assume means the Galliano was open, so you may as well have it, or maybe he opened it. Now, I'm not actually completely sure it was open. There is, I don't know if you probably can't even see that. There's some weird grossness around the top. It's like the bottle was leaking. That doesn't mean it was open. Just old, but let's see if it sounds like I'm cracking a seal. No, okay, I think it was open. Oh, wait. No, I think it was just leaking. I think there is a very weird thing here that I have to somehow get off to actually pour the Galliano. Or wait, can I pour from this? Let me see. Okay, the Galliano is so weird. I wonder if this has sort of got a bit more concentrated over the decades. Still got an alcohol smell. Let me taste it. I'm not a huge fan of Galliano, but I'll taste it. It still tastes like Galliano. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to stop that. Now, I'm going to do something else here. Besides the bottle, there was a little booklet of recipes from the 70s. So they're going to suck. I think by modern standards, virtually all of these recipes are overly sweet, have way too much Galliano in them, and are quite unbalanced. They have a lot of takes on just your classic cocktails, but they chuck Galliano in them. Instead of a Kir Royale, there's a Galliano Kir, which is white wine with Galliano. There's a Galliano Sour, which is pretty straightforward. It's got some orange juice and lemon juice, Galliano and whiskey, and you get a sour out of that. Harvey Wallbanger, of course, which is a terrible, terrible drink. absolute garbage, but a major success in marketing for Galliano. A Galliano daiquiri, where it's like rum and Galliano and lime juice and sugar. A Galliano margarita, which is Galliano tequila, lime juice. I mean, maybe that'd work, substituting the orange liqueur for the Galliano. I don't know. Galliano Manhattan, which is actually something I was thinking of trying. That's literally just whiskey and Galliano, which at the very least is going to be interesting. Then there's some, they say, prize-winning recipe, like this one, Golden Dream. 1 ounce of Galliano, half an ounce of orange juice, half an ounce of Cointreau, half an ounce of cream. That's a award-winning, prize-winning recipe. Is it Galliano? Is it really? There's a Galliano Sangria, there's a Galliano Sangria, a Galliano Collins, a Galliano Mai Tai, which is actually not that far removed from the original Trader Vic recipe. It's just got Galliano added to it, which is a weird element to put in a Mai Tai. And we're getting some really questionable ones they call after dinner drinks. An Italian Stinger, 2 ounces of Galliano and 1 ounce of creme de menthe. I don't think I would drink that on a dare, quite honestly. A Golden Cadillac, 1 ounce of Galliano, 2 ounces of white creme de cacao, 1 ounce of cream. It's like the diabetes is calling from that glass. There's an Italian Stinger number 2, which is 2 ounces of Galliano and 1 ounce of brandy, which I'm just, Jesus, you have to like Galliano, is what I'm saying. And if you think those weren't sweet enough, there's dessert drinks. A Chauvinet, 1 ounce of Galliano, a scoop of ice cream, 1 ounce of Grand Marnier, and a light ounce of white creme de cacao. Again, just absurdly sweet. A golden cream coffee, you're mixing heavy cream and Galliano, and there's no coffee? Oh, no. Then it says, okay, so you mix cream and Galliano, whip it, and then, you whip the cream, stir in the Galliano, continuing to whip until it's sufficiently stiff, but do not overwork, and then you float a heaping spoonful in a cup of hot black coffee. I mean, no on so many levels. And there's even a cake recipe for Harvey Wallbanger cake, which is wild. But I tell you what, there is actually a second one that they claim to be a prize-winning recipe. Nassau Beach Hotel Competition, created by Cecil E. Roberts, head barman, a Bossa Nova special. It has 1 ounce of Galliano, 1 ounce of light rum, 1/4 ounce of apricot brandy, 2 ounces of pineapple juice, which feels a bit heavy to me, egg white, I'll use a foamer, and lemon juice. That might not be terrible. Again, it's leaning way heavy on the Galliano, of course, because they're trying to sell Galliano. But I think I'm going to try the Bossa Nova Special and the Galliano Manhattan and see if, I don't know, I can hold them down. Okay, let's get this happening. Take me to the river. Take me to the river. What whiskey will I use? Stupid sweet whiskey or a kind of beefy? Fuck it, Pinot Noir. Let's do this. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Fuck it, another tall bottle. All right. So let's do this foolishness. Get the scoot of the way. Okay. Let's do this. Very fine. What's going on? Okay. Okie dokie dokie. Right, let's do this. And we shall start. Oh. Release it. Fucker. Okay, let's just try this. Okay. This is not that. Where's my little book? What do we want? Oh, nothing over special. Galliano rum. Light rum. Which rum will we go with? Okay, light rum. Gosh. Brandy. Okay, I'm going with this. Man, umbrella. Okay. Pineapple juice. Where's my boomer? A boomer. Don't have any Fucking citrus juice here. Goddamn, what a goddamn idiot. What a goddamn idiot. Hey, Chris. Thanks for adding to the freedom, buddy. I'm just fucking around. I'll be back in a minute. Ah, how absolutely redonkulous. I had to go out so many times. Meine Gott. Okay. Now, do I have everything? Let's. Okay, Galliano, rum, apricot brandy, pineapple juice, Foma, lemon juice. Okay. 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 Now, let's do this one. Okay, so 1 ounce of Galliano. Damn. One ounce of light rum. Quarter ounce. Apricot brandy. Two ounces of pineapple juice. Right, slowly. Okay. Let's just swap this for this. Okay. Let's do making a little bit more pressure ice. That'll fucking do. Oops. Almost didn't turn this on because I'm a silly sausage. Okay. Let's shake this. Okay. Let's take a picture for the thumbnail. Oh, we're getting there. Or to do. Okay, now turn this around. We do a little bit of talky talky and tasty tasty. Oh, yeah. That looks right. Okay. All right. For the Galliano Manhattan, in a mixing glass, we put 1 ounce or 30 mils of the Galliano, and that's that 2 ounces or 60 mils. Oh, I'll say that again. For the Galliano Manhattan, in the mixing glass, we put 1 ounce or 30 mils of Galliano, and then 2 ounces or 60 mils of the whiskey of your choice. Then we add ice to the glass, stir that for 20 to 25 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, and I'm straining that into a chilled Nick and Nora glass. For the Bossa Nova Special, we add 1 ounce or 30 mils of Galliano, then 1 ounce or 30 mils of a light rum, then 1/4 of an ounce, about 7.5 mils of an apricot brandy. Then we're adding 2 ounces or 60 mils of pineapple juice, 1/4 of an ounce or 7.5 mils of lemon juice. And then for foaming, you can use egg white, aquafaba. I'm adding a few drops of Wonder Foam. Add ice to the glass, shake that good and hard to get some foam. One of the reasons I like foamers is you don't have to do a dry shake. And then strain that into a chilled coupe. There we have the two quite different, but rather Galliano heavy cocktails. I think I will try the Galliano Manhattan first because I think this tropical number might be more overpowering taste-wise. Very hard to know ahead of time, but give this one a little taste. I mean, it's not absolutely terrible. It's like a sickly sweet Manhattan because there's way too much Galliano in it. It might be somewhat interesting to try making this with a split of sweet vermouth and Galliano because the Galliano is really dominating, which does not surprise me at all. Now for our tropical sour, the Bossa Nova Special. Give this a little taste. Mm. Okay, that actually works way better. This is not terrible, the Manhattan, but this actually works quite well as a tropical sour. The Galliano is not something you'd normally put with your rum and other elements in a tropical drink, but it works reasonably well. It is not as sweet as I thought. I thought the 2 ounces of pineapple juice was probably too much. Again, it may be worth experimenting with using less of the pineapple juice, maybe a little bit more lemon or lime juice in there to up the acidity in a different way. But it's not terrible. I have no idea how long it will take me to get through this already 40 or 50-year-old bottle of Galliano. I suspect years because I suspect I'm not going to use it very much, and it's such an awkward bottle. Seriously, bartenders hate this so much, just finding a shelf that will hold it, and it's really awkward to pour from. But I'm sure the Galliano people would go like, but as a branding thing, it's genius because they've been doing this since at least the 70s, and people instantly recognize Galliano. So I guess they've got that on their side. I really don't know where I'm going to put this in. I am not going to put it up there behind me because I'm worried it will fall off because it's just so awkward. I'll have to find somewhere low to the ground to put this so it can't fall very far because I'm quite worried about that. But hey, I'm continuing going through the 70s. I was not expecting to do this. And I've got to admit, Galliano is definitely not something I would buy. I just do not particularly care for it. There are just much better liqueurs that have a lot more, I guess, I don't know, flexibility, diversity than Galliano does. But I've got it now. It's been looking for a home since the 1970s. It's found one now. So I guess that's me with Galliano. I am mildly tempted to try the others. The Galliano Mai Tai seemed interesting, not least because you get absolute weirdos who obsess about what is and isn't a Mai Tai. And I mean, personally, so many bars put together a terrible drink and call it a Mai Tai, where, Trader Vic Mai Tai is nice and simple. The Galliano recipe is very close to that just with Galliano. Who knows if that's an abomination or maybe somewhat good. I might try it another time, but as it is, I have 2 Galliano drinks. That's enough for any night, in my personal opinion. You may disagree. You may be a huge Galliano fan. Everything's down to personal taste, really. But I'm going to finish these 2 off and think long and hard about what I want to do with Galliano. So I hope you're taking care of yourself wherever you are. Hope to see you again soon. Come back and check me out. I might be on my double fisting bullshit again. Until I do see you again, I will say cheers. Double fisting bullshit. Okay. Put these down, turn everything off, and sit down and talk. Oh. Was not expecting the Galliano to appear at my doorstep today. Literally, Mrs. Angry and I had been out for a walk, and I came home and it was sitting by the front door. And I messaged Dave and said, "Oh, I missed you. We were just out for a walk." He says, "Oh, no worries. I was just driving past and wanted to leave it with you." So I did. Like, okay. Now I have Galliano. All right. Let me pull up a chair. Oh, goodness gracious me. So, Chris, your tripod's impressive. Okay, neat. Sorry, I missed that. Angry Aussie in his natural habitat. Watch as he lines up his prey, the cocktails. Yes, okay, tripod summer off to the side now. You know what? Out of sheer boredom, I'm gonna put some orange peel in there. This one, I think. A bit better in there. Yeah, maybe in both of them, actually. Braggle Rock. Nice orange spritz, and I'm gonna get a cherry. Oh, I like it too. So Mrs. Angry got it for my birthday. And I very much appreciate it. Glad you like it too, Chris. No, it wasn't my birthday. It was Christmas. What am I talking about? My birthday's in another 2 weeks. All right. What's this one? Not great. Not great. Not terrible. Oh, yes. Daylight saving tomorrow, Safa. Clocks go back an hour. So I'll be starting the streams an hour earlier. I had not, up until this point, considered putting googly eyes on the back of the tripod, but now I want to. So, yeah, Chris, I will be streaming 1 hour earlier. So this might be the easiest time for you. I don't know. It's a whole thing. So maybe I see more people from the land of freedom when I start an hour earlier. Who knows? As it is only half a dozen people here, and 2 are USAians. You wish I had closed captions. What's that? Okay, go from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. as your time zones change. So yeah, it's confusing. I'll be 3 a.m. tomorrow. Okay. Sorry, what used to be 8 is going to be 7. I'm not sure you're right, Chris, but I'm very easily confused. So it is currently if I look at my world clock, like Chicago time. Where are you? So I currently start at 5 for you, Loogie. Yeah, okay, yes. New York time, I start at 5. It's going to be 4. And yeah, Chicago time is 4. It's going to be 3. So maybe this is the worst time. I don't know. I really don't know. No, wait. I started at 2 a.m. I'll be starting. I was looking at Portland. I started at 2 a.m. Tomorrow I'll be starting at 1 a.m. I'm almost sure. With the huge asterisk, I'm extremely easily confused. Oh, well, Luke, you got to manage things however you can, really. There's usually who I get watching from the unusual time zones, insomniacs. Well, I'm not hating the Galliano drinks, quite honestly. So was that for the name of the city? There was a coin toss for it to be Portland or Boston, and Portland won. Well, there you go. Because there is the famous Boston. Is that Illinois? Oh, there you go. Safa knows a famous porn star who lives in Portland. I don't, as a rule. know where porn stars live. But who knows? Ah. You're part of the US because an extra dude crossed a line, which is depressing. Good Lord. Yes, I'm not dating any porn stars at the moment. But that's the thing. You're saying there's already a Boston cipher, but I think the reason The Simpsons chose the town name to be Springfield is there are so many Springfields in the US. Like there are a lot. Hey, Hannah, how are you? I do like giving a sour a nice big foamy top. Okay, that I was worried this would overpower that, but that overpowered this. So that's interesting. Okay, that one's genuinely okay. Not going on my favorites list. So, okay, big questions from Hannah. Am I the asshole for believing if you're having a party in a suburban household where your neighbors are always width away, shouldn't have blaring parties with 60 guests? I mean, that's pretty rude. Realizing there's foam in my moustache. Oh, poor Abigail. Still with the dying. A party for sure when your base is shaking windows 8 houses away. Guess have to, yeah, that's, I think it's safe to call that disrespectful. Chris, two white dudes who founded the city on top of the city the natives had. One was from Boston, Mass. One was from Portland, Maine. So they were stealing both the land and the name. That's right, because there are more than one Portlands, yeah. So if you were at a loud Greek party, Greek music and Greek dancing. There you are. Oh, that's right. You had an early party. Well, at least you're home. Used up all your spoons at a party, but you've managed to get home. So, as they say in the classics, that ain't bad. Hmm. You know, I'm genuinely okay with that cocktail. 7 out of 10? Would I make it again? I'd probably want to experiment with one of the other ones, actually. Okay, well, kudos to you, Hannah. Mucho support to you. Beating back panic attacks at work. Good for you. And I mean that completely unironically. I applaud you. So, Safi, you're busy. Was it a Greek baptism? Is that what was going on? Oh, no, bus replacements. Ah, I hate bus replacements. Blacked out halfway, but you woke up at the place. There you go. Luigi, I've definitely heard worse ideas than a cup of tea, honestly. And had you known you're going to come home to have moved into a street with a nightclub, would have come home earlier instead of using all spoons. Yeah, oh my God. It's, oof. Yes, when people are loud, it's a whole thing. Mm. Yeah, yeah. Unsurprisingly, that mostly tastes like pineapple juice. So it could probably benefit from having less pineapple juice in. Oh my God, the ultimate irony. Your train's bus replacement got stuck behind a tram. Yeah, cup of Earl Grey. Do a Captain Picard, Earl Grey hot. Actually, there was a recipe in the Galliano book from the 70s that talked about hot tea. Oh, Chris with the puns. Talk about going off the rails. Okay, now I feel compelled to grab the book and look up the recipe that said to make it with hot tea. Oh, where's my little 70s book? Oh shit, I'm not making any more cocktails. Ah, okay. So, I think it was towards the end. Dessert drinks, no. Cooler. Was it a cooler? Uh, oh no, this is it. Galliano's Golden Cup. Tea, Galliano, sugar, a cinnamon stick, and orange juice, and mint and orange slices. So I think, oh yeah. Okay, so there's a picture there. You meant that's like a punch. So it's a quart of tea, 3/4 of a cup of Galliano, half a cup of sugar, cinnamon stick, 5 cups of orange juice. Hot tea and orange juice. I'm for sure. I'm not sure about that. No, actually, and now you're meant to combine everything in a saucepan and simmer for 5 minutes. Pour into a punch bowl and garnish. May be kept warm on a low flame and reheated. That's so 70s. That's like fucking fondue. Have a little tea light candle under it to keep it warm. That is very 70s. Damn. Tea. I'm not even worried about the Galliano. It's like tea and orange juice warmed up. What the fuck? So you don't drink caffeine. Oh, Earl Grey. Okay. Chamomile. Yeah, yes. Probably want one of the many varieties of no caffeine tea. Hannah, sounds something someone who's sick with no sense of taste or smell would make. Yes. Really, yes. So I'm yeah, that's like very 70s, I think. Chris, having an early morning feed? Why not? I had a fucking huge breakfast, so I ended up not having lunch because I didn't get up particularly early. Was it probably about 10 a.m. when I had breakfast? And it was the leftover chicken burritos from the night before. And I was surprised I ate them all, but they were just really fucking good. And then, yeah, I realized at lunchtime I just wasn't hungry. And some of the YouTubers with cocktail channels were doing a live stream their Friday night, started at noon for me. So I actually joined that at noon. That went from noon till 2 for me. And that's right over lunch, and I wasn't hungry. But halfway through, Mrs. Angry brought in treats. She'd made the cheese and onion baked treats that she's been making, and which is just super yummy. So I did have a snack at lunchtime, and then I had a U Foods for dinner. And as I was heating it up, I was going, "Yeah, okay, I'm hungry now because I didn't have lunch." But it's all good. What are we talking about? So we're talking about the Blue Angels, a stunt flying thing, or what are we talking about here? It's a slightly confusing sentence. Who were the Blue Angels? Oh, angles that you meant. It's also Sorry Charlie Day today, which is some weird advertising in America with a salmon that got rejected because it wasn't good enough. No, tuna. Yes, that's why, because we were talking about the Blue Angels last night. In the Australian version, the roulettes. Very foamy. Tasty foam. Oof, where are we? Okay. Just taking me for. Oh, okay. So you got pics on the Discord. Okay, let me open the Discord for a start. Okay. The Discord. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Okay. Okay. I think I'll have another lemon bitters. Or do I want... Actually, I think I want something less sweet after those drinks. I might just go and get a soda water. I've got 1 or 2 soda waters left. Ugh. After the first 15 minutes where I just kept leaving, I've settled in. I am going to get a soda water. Okay. And honestly, I think I'm going to get some chips. Okay, I'm back. I was whistling because Mrs. Angry is watching Star Trek Disco with her son, and I didn't want any spoilers when I watch it. Sounded like lots of action, phaser fire and explosions. So, Luke, you got an electric kettle? One of those nice all-metal Hamilton Beach ones. Nice. The blue angles are an elite group of intersecting lines, show off particularly breathtaking and structurally significant geometry. I think this is the last bottle of my blood orange and sage soda water. I don't sell it anymore, so it's like, maybe it's one of the last bottles in existence. Who knows? Oh, no, it doesn't want to open. My hand's too slippery. Oh, come on, God damn it. What is this bullshit? I've never had trouble opening one of these before. Got to go out and get my bottle/jar opener if this keeps up. Oh, fuck me. Jesus. Oh, my fucking God, finally. Never had trouble opening one of these bottles before. That was super fucking annoying. Damn. I spent a bit of time on Twitch earlier this evening watching Stephanie Benedictson, Hex Steph. Australians who remember the ABC's video gaming show Good Game. I remember Steph was one of the hosts on that. And I've mentioned before, she was playing a version of Red Dead Redemption that's on a modded server but it's actually quite difficult to get in. You have to go through a few phases to get in, and then it's really elaborate role play. Everyone role plays really seriously, like it's not just mayhem. Uh, and it's about the third, maybe even fourth time I've watched it play it, and it confirmed two things for me: that I think it's really cool and would probably be a lot of fun. And the second thing is I can't do it because it would take over my life. I would I would just not do anything else. I was just realizing it's like, oh no, I'd want to do this for hours on end. Um, and I would not have time to do anything else. Ah, I've heard that Patty had a bottle of 78 degrees whiskey from Cersei. Yes, I have a bottle of, I don't think I finished it. I have a bottle of 78 degrees whiskey. Safa, you met those angles at Freedom Land. Nice. Oh, Chris, a macaroni salad. Nice. Ah, hey, Nick. You've been playing AFK Journey. I've heard of that. I'm certainly not at all familiar with it. I have heard of it. It just makes me think it's away from keyboard journey. Like when someone is in a group chat and they're going away on a journey, so they just go AFK, away from keyboard. That's the old IRC days coming back to me. Uh, hmm. Looks a lordy. Oh my god. Those cornados are like my favorite snack thing at the moment. The perfect crunch, but they completely dissolve in your mouth. You want Chris to show you around Portland, Oregon? Yeah, I don't know, Dr. Abigail. Maybe the Greek party he was at. They might have been passing around ouzo or rakia. So, Chris, I don't know if I've said this before, but where I went to uni with AIDSy in Bathurst, which was Mitchell College back when I was there, the principal was American, Mel McMichael, and he was an alumnus of Oregon State University. And he organized an exchange program with OSU and Mitchell. So I would regularly get to meet folk from Portland. No, you'd know, Chris. I think that it's in Corvallis. I don't think it was in Portland. But I would regularly get to meet people from Oregon State University. Oh yes, we have not given up on Tim Smith. Absolutely not. That is still the measure of how hammered you are. The percent Tim Smith you are, or the fraction of Tim Smith you are. Yes. Oh, yes. The OSU Beavers. Yes. God, I'd forgotten they were the Beavers. Yeah, Corvallis. Yeah, but of course, yeah, the students come from all over the US. Yes. So yeah, we'd send some people over to OSU for a year, and some people from OSU would come to Australia for a year. One guy, a friend of mine who stayed, got married to a Scottish lass who'd moved here. And I personally, and they're still together, I personally think it's at least a little bit funny that someone from the United States and someone from Scotland both travel to Australia to meet and start a family. I find that interesting. Hide your booze in something else. Can of Monster. Yeah. Oh, put booze in an energy drink. Then we have bad decision juice. Oh, it's like alcohol warps you enough to come up with bad decisions, and the caffeine gives you enough energy to act on the bad decisions. So, bad idea. Things that make you go, So, Chris, whenever you watch a game, tell everyone, look out, beavers are going to build a dam to stop you. Going to live in another country. Man can dream. Oh, God. Goon is just cheap, dangerous, bad decision juice. And you will not make decisions on Goon as quickly as if you're doing our bad decision juice, which was spirits mixed with energy drink. You will make bad decisions way quicker on that. You will definitely make bad decisions on Goon. It'll just take you longer to get to the bad decision mode. That's a good question. Chris, did you watch or did you hear anything about the Australian Rugby League games that were played in Las Vegas? They seem to be quite popular. I think they should do it with AFL as well. That would really trip people out. The speed of that game and the way people smash in. Oh, yeah. Okay, Chris, there was a special promo. Some of the Australian Rugby League teams, and these were official competition games done as a promotion, and they played them in Vegas. And yeah, they seemed to be quite popular. So it was rugby league. There are the 3 foot. Well, if we count soccer, there's 4 football codes. But the 3 codes with the egg-shaped balls, rugby league, which was what played in Vegas, rugby union, and Australian rules. You know, you should get the big mouth monster cans with. Oh my God, I know those ones. You drink the monster and then pour booze in. Okay. Okay, so it was at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Yeah, it seemed to really trip people out because it's so different from American football. And like it moves so much faster and so much more happens. And the guys aren't wearing all the massive protective gear of the American NFL. And they just fucking smash into each other. It's the pace of AFL that I quite enjoy, and it's a different type of athleticism. And you're right, both rugby union and rugby league are closer to American football. AFL is heavily inspired by Gaelic football. Chris, there's an Aussie driver from the V8 supercar running insanely good in NASCAR. Yeah, I think the Australian V8 supercar is more difficult than because all NASCAR does is go around in circles or ovals, whereas the V8 stuff is an actual complex track, somewhat like an F1 track. So I'm not surprised if they got into it. They do reasonably well. It's like there was an Australian who'd been playing AFL and he'd suffered some sort of injury. He couldn't keep playing AFL, but he was just a phenomenal kicker and he got a job in the American NFL as a kicker. And because he could kick really accurately for 100 meters, and he did really well coming on just as a kicker because of the weird way the NFL works. Yes, that's the whole thing with the NASCAR. Just learn how to turn left. Oh, okay. So you do have some road courses, and that's where he does well. And he's not. Yeah, okay, because the ovals would be a very different thing for him. Wow. Hmm. Hmm. No, we don't really have oval racetracks. Your typing is particularly bad tonight, Sharper. Bob Jane did an oval racetrack in Melbourne. I will take your word for it, because it's certainly not my area of expectation. Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know if our boy's drunk, but the typing, yeah, that's okay. No shade, Safa. I will literally just tell you if I'm having trouble understanding what you're trying to type. I understood all that, even though there were a few typos in there, because I got context. I understand the context that you're typing in. So it's all good. It's all good. Yes. I think we should all encourage Safa to drink some water. I'm drinking water. Soda water. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to throw it out there, Safa. That's a bad one. Literally don't know what you were trying to type there. Good. Drink water. Why not? We're all good. I'm trying to think. I'm going to go to a market tomorrow. Probably, unless it's raining. There were some very scary rain things on the radar that never actually manifested. Like, we were sure it was going to piss down rain, and it didn't. There was a little bit of rain. So the Bureau were actually right about that. What are they saying? 1 to 6 millimeters tomorrow. Oh, yeah, there's shit around everywhere. Up in New South Wales, going around the coast. Okay, I'm less likely to go out to a market if it's pissing down rain. God, it's just a rainy week. Not like deluge, but probable light rain for a whole week. How fucking depressing. Start of winter, man. God damn. Yay. Ooh, okay. You got to text me with an important question. I do want to know about important questions. And it's all good in the hood. What's that in inches? Not very many. It's roughly 25 millimeters is an inch, roughly. So when they're saying tomorrow might be as much as 6 millimeters, they're saying the heavy end of what they expect is quarter of an inch. I can't imagine measuring rain in inches. That would be so difficult. I feel like millimeters gives you a much better idea. Yes, only 97% of the world uses metric system. Yeah, what's not much. I feel like you have to get to about 10 millimeters, bordering on half an inch for it to be a lot of rain. There you go. You had about that much rain. That's how much rain we might get tomorrow. But we had a deluge the other night. places were getting 10 to 20 inches of rain in one night in a 24-hour period. So you're like spring, early spring where you are, Chris? Is it very rainy in spring? You love rain. Okay, well you're lucky then. I like late spring, early autumn weather, where it's usually like low to mid 20s. Okay. Oh dear. I'm probably not going to go super late, Safa. I mean, I'm literally probably going to go to bed when Mrs. Angry says she's going to bed, but she's watching Star Trek Discovery, and there were a couple episodes. She might go a bit late. You've been having storms for a couple of weeks, Lukey. Oh God, yeah, because you were suggesting it was like Twister season where you are. Oh, I got to work something out on my phone. Let's see if I can. Well, I'm not that inebriated. What can I can pay? All right, what am I doing? Do 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 do. I'm just having a vibe. I swear to God, fucking Facebook. Now is me trying to work out things on my phone. Let's see how I go. Sure. Okay. 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 Um, cool. That's all good. I worked out technology. That's a fine thing. All right. All right. So, Luigi, tornado season. Hugh did touchdown. Winning streak continues. You get used to it or you go insane. I agree, Safa. The tornado warnings, that whole thing of Tornado Alley freaks me out a bit. That's probably a good mentality, Chris. Don't be too scared, but pay attention. Okay, you were born in Chicago, man. All right. All right. I should probably stop eating these things. All right. I think I might also have my lemon bitters. Seems like a good idea. So loogie from southern Indiana around Evansville. Damn, there you go. So Chris, you grew up, dove out of the way of two twisters. Oh, yeah. I mean, the people like the tornado chasers. They're always trying to get the good video. That's some trippy shit. My favorite one of those I saw years ago. The tornado chasers, they're right near a really big tornado and it's touching down, and the camera operator is like shooting out the back window of the vehicle and he's going, oh yeah, it's a great shot, and he's saying to the driver, oh, this is good. No, slow down a bit, slow down. Yeah, no, slow, no. And then there's a pause and he goes, no, speed up, just much faster, go much faster. Because you can just kind of tell he's shooting with his camera and he feels like the twister's moving away. And so he's telling the guy to slow down so he can get a good shot. And then he realizes it's heading straight for them. And he's like, no, go faster, go much, much faster. I still remember that because it cracked me up. I was just like, yeah, I feel you, dude. That can't be good. Sophie, you know a Ukrainian that lives in Chicago from Kiev. I was okay. See, I remember the song from the 80s, which I quite liked, by the Waterboys, called Red Army Blues. And it's the story of a young Russian lad who volunteers for the army to fight the Nazis in World War II. And, you know, they succeed. The Russians drove the Germans back. He ended up meeting up with American forces. And then they get on a train back home. And I always hear Kiev makes me think of it because a line where he goes, Kiev, said the commissar, from there your own way home. But I never got to Kiev. We never went back home. And it's basically they got sent to Siberia to a gulag, left to die, all because comrade Stalin was scared we'd become too westernized. Yes, Stalin did a myriad of fucked up things. You have had to flee a twister at night in a car. That does sound a bit intense. Oh God, you've driven into a ditch dodging one. Oh yes, I actually did see a trailer or a teaser for that. It's Twisters, and I think it's not a remake. It's a sequel. It's the same world as Twister. I don't know, like the children of the people from Twister. Yeah, I don't think it looks terrible. Who knows? I like special effects though. Where was your car that it got hit by a cyclone? In Queensland or something. Hmm. It's a whole thing. You get what I'm singing there? It's got the whole world in his hands. It's got the whole world. I'm just channeling Steve Buscemi in Con Air. It's a serial killer. So you abandoned the car. Oh, you dove into a ditch. Okay. I thought you drove into a ditch. Yeah, you need to get the lowest ground. Yeah. It was like watching that Western series, 1883. people trying to follow the Oregon Trail, of the many travails they have, one is actually getting caught by a tornado when they're out in the open. Oh, do you have to manually change time on your cameras? I don't know that I care enough to do that. The Twister Cinematic Universe Part 3 will be Twisties. They come up with a savory snack dedicated to the Twisters. What I want to do, I'm just going to use one of my little rocks glasses, and I'm going to go out and get a piece of ice and come back. Oh, there you go. They literally build the roads with the ditches so you can hide from twisters. Nice. So, honey, okay, you reckon it's important for stills cameras. I will defer to your judgment on that. Right, I'm just going to go out and get a piece of ice. Not a piece of ass. No, piece of ice. Okie dokie, okie dokie, I'm gonna make an old fashioned because I can. Okay. And I'm not going to put that in a put this back. I use a whiskey I haven't used for a while. Put the rum back. Okay. What do we got here? Archie Rose Good Whiskey or StarWars Tawny Whiskey? 48%, 46%. All right. Battle between those two at the moment. What's this? Wrong cask. Smoked. This one. Oh, my custom single malt. I'm going to use that. I have not used this in a while. See how I like it. Do. You bet your life it is. All right. And some aromatic bitters, I think. That's the good shit. All right. Loogie, Zafran, and aspirin. Nipped migraines in the bud. Quick action, my friend. I only think it might be necessary for certain video projects, but chucking together a few clips, putting a YouTube video doesn't require it. Yeah. I'm not even sure how accurate the dates on my cameras are. I can check. Do my little old-fashioned. Let's put the orange peel in there too. Still a bit of zest in there. That's nice. Nice. And this one. Get the foam off it. That one, not so much. I squeezed that. I think the ditches are also irrigation ditches. Yeah, that would make sense. All right. All right. Old-fashioned made with the custom Angry Cocktails whiskey. Hey, Rays, how you doing? Just got home. That's fucking yum. That is yum. I like that. Oof, that's got a bit of oomph behind it. The old whiskey. Actually, what is the proof on this? Where is it? Is it? It's the good whiskey. Hey. You got to deliberately. Oh, you can see it. Custom label, Angry Cocktails. Tailored single. Okay. I think if I get another one of these, and I might one day, I'll have to get the label to say Angry Chicken Man cocktail. Angry Chicken Man whiskey. Yes, jumping into an irrigation ditch and go for a swim. But yeah, what's the ABV on this? Aged in an Australian apparat, aka sherry cask. There's no smoke. The casks were filled between 2015 and 2020. There's a base of Archie Rose single malts and chosen malts to make it truly. So it was mostly New South Wales pale malt, but also had a little bit of New South Wales chocolate malt, tailored by Mr. Angry. 700 mils. It's only, wait. Fucking hell, my fucking eyes. I swear to God. All right, Chris, I do want that story. 46%. So it's got a bit of kick. Twice distilled from selection of rare malts. Fuck yeah. One-off bottle. No one else has got that. Okay. Chris, you've got me hooked. A wild story about an Indiana ditch, 3 pickup trucks driving 110 miles per hour. Luke, you used to do that when you were a kid. You grew up in small farm towns, couldn't afford to pull the irrigation ditch was your thing. And yes, I think there probably would be pesticide in the irrigation ditches. God, it's reminding me of people who do bog swimming in the UK. It's very strange stuff. What a world, what a world, what a world. This, I don't know if it's the power of suggestion, because I know part of the whiskey that's in this was called chocolate malt. This does have really chocolatey vibes. Just that dark, rich, dark chocolate. It's fucking yum. Yum, yum, yum. So, Chris, you blocked off a road with 2 trucks. One little Nissan was all souped up so that your buddy was doing runs. Okay. She was like doing speed runs because you'd blocked off the road and you knew there were going to be no other vehicles. I feel like I'm understanding. I'm picking up what you're laying down. Yeah, well, I'm kind of tempted to do a little whiskey tasting. Just those 3 I got out to compare them before I went to bed. Maybe we'll see how I feel after this old fashioned. So you get in the Nissan, drive it, you punch it, hit 106, wheel starts shaking. Yeah, I kind of think they're not meant to do that. Because you're like approaching 200 kilometers an hour. And you're just not meant to do that. The little Nissan pickup truck. Seems wild. So you let off. Just as you come into a stop, the tire pops and you slide into a ditch. Okay. Dang. Lucky you were slowing down at that point. Just imagining blowing a tire while you're doing over 100 miles per hour. That feels like a whole bunch of not good. We summarize what's happening there. Not good things. It's a whole bunch of not good things happening. Oof. See what I think I'm definitely not making any videos tomorrow night. I'm gonna make some drinks. If it's quiet, I'm just gonna fucking play Red Dead. Because I'm just like stupid absurdly ahead in the videos at the moment. It's getting weird. So your buddies pull up, spend the rest of the night pulling that truck out of the ditch with the other trucks. Nissan was your friends, and the Chevy head was your stepdad's and not mine. And that was 4 hours. Oh, god damn. Well, that's what youthful exuberance is all about, Chris. Doing wild shit that you almost definitely should not do. But, you're young and crazy, so why not? Oh. Now I've got that Miley Cyrus song stuck in my head. I used to be crazy. That's because I used to be young. I fucking love that song. It's like she's literally saying like people expect me to be like I was when I was 20. I'm sorry, that was a while ago. I'm not 20 anymore. Yes, that was very clever how you blocked off the road so you could have your fun. And responsible. Just generally flogging a Nissan like that is not necessarily responsible. But blocking off the road is responsible. Yeah, that does seem like something state troopers would like, Lukey. But it's a whole thing. Oof. I've never been booked for anything serious in a car. I have done very stupid things in cars at various points. But never actually been caught for anything. Okay, so you were doing this on a country road at 1 a.m. The only one would be a sheriff, and that would be daytime. All right. Yeah, well, yeah, you planned it. You knew what you were doing. We don't have all those different enforcement things in Australia. It's just the cops, state cops. Um, Highway patrol is state cops. It's not local. We don't have the delineation with sheriffs and state troopers and police and whatnot. It's just all police. Hey, Pat, how you going? So, Loogie, back roads you get away with murder on them late at night. I want to know. I remember driving to my old hometown, Dubbo. There's one of the towns, I think it was still in Victoria, but there's a road leading into the town that's dead fucking straight with no deviation for 2 kilometers. And you just look at this and just go like, the rev heads just do drag races on this road because it's just this absolutely level, flat, straight road for 2 kilometers. And you don't get that very often. The roads always have bends and turns. So you just know people are using this for a drag strip. Okay, Loogie, legit thought they'd get away with murder late at night. That's another thing I thought on the country roads really late at night when I'm doing late night drives, and there's really isolated farmhouses, and I'm just driving going, man, you could murder everyone in that house and probably no one would find out for ages. Literally thoughts that go through my head when I'm doing long drives. Man, that was really good. I'm going to do a little impromptu whiskey tasting just for fun, but just teeny amounts. Oh. Okay. So we have Archie's Good Whiskey, which is a blend of single malt and rye, 46%. My custom blend, which is also 46%. And StarWars Tawny, aka Port Barrel Finish, 48%. So they've all got a little bit of extra kick in them. And I'm going to do a little sample of each. Just a little comparison, just for fun. Just for funsies. Because it's a Saturday night. Good whiskey. The Archie's Good Whiskey has such a funny story behind it. It's the guy who's working in the warehouse who's now like the head distiller or something. And he accidentally mixed 2 vats, barrels that were meant to be separate, single malt and rye whiskey, and he mixed them. And it could have been an expensive disaster. But they tasted it and they actually liked it. So they marketed it. Okay. Fun story though. His name was Good, Goode, which is why they call it Good Whiskey. Picks in Discord. What did we miss on Picks in Discord? No, oh my God. Nerd stuff. Nice. All right. So. Okay. So I'm going to share these. Nerd stuff from Dr. Gal. This book, a Middle-earth collection of Tolkien-inspired art. That sounds neat. That sounds very good. And then there's a T-shirt. Instead of Nirvana, Nevermind, it's Numenor, Nevermind, because Numenor was actually destroyed by huge waves. That is a deep cut of nerdiness right there. Chris, you worked for Railcats. Downtown area is nice. Populated areas at the edge of towns where trouble would happen. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, and a postcard. Dr. Abigail also got a postcard, which I will share. Greetings from Mordor National Park. Wah wah. If Mordor was doing tourism. Nice. And Luigi wants the Numenor shirt. Yeah. So Luigi, it's not downtown parts, it's outskirts. Yeah. I think we all agree that Fringy. Okay, so now it tastes. Okay, the good whiskey. Ooh, that smells really good. It's kind of got that little bit of spiciness that I associate with rye. And then some sort of dark molassesy. Or it's got these really earthy smells. It's almost like leather, like nice leather. Like if someone's wearing a nice leather jacket, that smell you get. Hmm. Taste isn't as molassesy, it's more honeyed. Oh, it's really sitting on my tongue. It's just, man, it's really good the way that sits on your tongue. And it's warm. Yep, that's making my tongue tingle. Brown sugar. That's the dominant taste I'm getting out of that is brown sugar, actually. So I don't know for the Aussies. I've heard of Gary, Gary, Indiana, suburb of Chicago. Your chances of getting shot jump 85% based on location. Damn. I did see the fell beast in the postcard. I didn't see Gollum. You reckon Gary's got a good train station? Okay. Mm. Yeah, it's kind of like a spicy honey. Oh man, that is really good. Mm. Change my palate. Right. Now the custom angry cocktails whiskey. Kind of aroma wise is quite similar without the spiciness. But yeah, I don't know if it's the power of suggestion, but very chocolatey. Pat, I'm doing good, big guy. Glad to hear you're doing good too. Mm. Okay. That doesn't have the tingle and the zing of the good whiskey. And it's just this really, really rich chocolatey whiskey flavor. All right, Chris, you reckon Mordor and Gary have very similar train stations? That's good. That's a good thing. Mm. Ooh, that's tasty. Is Gary Mordor? Is Gary the Indiana version of Mordor? That could be it. Ooh. Well, it's definitely got that. They're not messing about with that chocolate malt. It's got the dark chocolate stuff going on. I'm trying to wash that off my palate because I'm a sophisticated man who is comparing whiskeys. Because I'm not I'm not an alcoholic. I am an aficionado. No, there must be a better word than that. Must be reasonably Tim Smith if I want to talk in silly accents, quite honestly. I am enthusiast. A whiskey enthusiast. Maybe that's the right word, enthusiast. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm an enthusiast. Appreciator. Anyway, the one more. It's tawny. So this is a StarWars whiskey that was aged in Australian port barrels. Loogie. It used to be Big Steel Town. Oh yeah, but fucking manufacturing is like that. So, Dr. Abigail, at the party, someone asked you a Lord of the Rings question and actually was interested in the answer. So autism kicked in. The entire rest of the people in the room had changed, including 2 new people completely new to the party, sat down beside you, hadn't even noticed, because you were answering a Lord of the Rings question. Of course. Anyway. That is a bit sharper aroma-wise. Oh, that has definite port notes. Ooh. Yeah, man, that is noticeably different to the other ones. Instead of the honey and brown sugar, the fact that's been matured in port casks. Ooh, that flavor's actually a bit more gentle. But again, creeping up on 100 proof whiskies, it's tingling my tongue. I will tell you that much. Which I believe is my body saying, hey, that might be a poison. What the fuck? Oh, sorry. Chris is sharing some pictures of beautiful Gary, Indiana. So I'm going to have to share them. Okay, what the fuck? Okay, so, okay, I am going to share these pics that Chris shared. Okay, so this looks like abandoned houses. Am I right in saying that, Chris? That these houses are abandoned? Which, given the housing crisis, is a whole fucking thing. If they're just a succession of abandoned houses, but they do definitely look abandoned. And the other one, which I don't even understand, and you're going to have to explain to me, what the fuck is spraying there? It's like an industrial smoke machine, and there's a demolition going on, like there's a partially demolished apartment building there. And that is kind of fucked up. I don't know what that thing is spraying out. It's like an industrial smoke machine. It does look like Mordor. The reason no one helps Gary, they elected a black mayor. So the abandoned homes are in downtown? Okay. Skyscrapers started falling down? Damn. Heine, you've been looking it up? The jacked up land prices, rates went up. Gary, Indiana's poor. Yeah. Oh, so Loogie, that's a mister to control dust. Okay, I get that. Yeah, water machine. Okay, it's to control dust from the demolition. Okay, I get that. Now that you've explained it to me, I understand it. Yeah, Jesus Christ. The US is just capitalism gone horribly, horribly wrong. In Australia, our capitalism is just kind of fucked. But Jesus Christ, the stuff that happens in the US is a fucking nightmare. Honey, you read about it. Poor and black US cities tend to be bankrupt without outside. Yeah, it's from an outsider's perspective, it's wild. And Chris, that's where you grew up. No wonder you love freedom so much. That looks like a really free place. God damn. That tastes exactly like what it is. Whiskey that was aged in pork cast. It's like a blend of whiskey and port. Ooh, that's a whole thing. Loogie, is it too much freedom? So much freedom growing up. Yes, you have the right to be born and then suffer. Yeah. But it's the whole thing, like, honey, you talk about with American cities being broke, but it's like the whole thing with it was Detroit that had the poisonous water coming out of people's taps, and it took forever to get any improvement. And it's just like it's so difficult to comprehend. It's like, but this is the wealthiest country in the world. Why are they abandoning millions of their citizens? Flint, Michigan. Yes, okay. Yes, and the water's still poison. It's so difficult to understand how the wealthiest country in the world can just abandon millions of its citizens. It's like I've always said, those mofos are just lucky I'm never going to have Thanos snap powers, because I wouldn't rush. I'd just I'd take it bit by bit, and I would point out the various people, the warlords, the dictators, the oppressors, and the capitalists, and just go like, I give you a week to stop what you're doing, and if you don't stop, I'm going to erase you from existence, you motherfucker. So cities with majority poor citizens go broke from car infrastructure. Oh yes, building roads and shit. Yeah. Flint's a lost cause. Yeah. I did see some interesting stuff because Flint like totally collapsed. There's things where there were whole blocks of houses that were worthless. And I don't know if this took off, but I did hear a thing a couple of years ago where like some artist collectives were buying up an entire block of houses, and it's like for some stupid cheap price because they were worthless. And then they were doing this communal thing where, because they all backed onto one another, and they were taking out all the fences, and the backyards where they all backed on was then just like a whole big area, and they were like turning it into a vegetable patch. And yes, the kids who are going to get terrible illnesses and die far too young because of the pollution and the fucked water in Flint. I'm going to see if I can find a story about this. Archie Rose want to give me a free tailored gin for their 10th birthday. Of course I want it. Celebrating 10 years. Oh, it's a little bottle. Purchase a gin, add your personalized name, and get 200 mils birthday gin. I mean, yeah, I do like Archie Rose gins. They're very good. But anyway, I'm going to go to Flint. City in Michigan. Artist collective. Okay. No, it's not immediately showing me anything. All these arts groups in Flint. There are a lot of them. Wait, does something show up if I look in news? Just gonna look. News. No, okay, it's not immediately showing up, and I don't have the patience to really look. Even if the lead levels in the soil are toxic, yes, true. And I would agree with you, Dr. Abigail, that what happened in Flint doesn't seem like an accident. It actually seems like a plan. Um, because, yep, going back to the 1800s, the US oligarchs are some evil motherfuckers. And they always have been, and they have always fucked people over. And it's a whole bunch of not good. And that's my controversial hot take. Oligarchs fucking over poor people is not good. That actually makes sense that it was bad construction that was never completed and never fixed. That absolutely makes sense. But who knows? It's a complicated thing. I just, sorry, weird random stuff just bounced around my head and then went out the other way. I thought, no, I won't go and look those various things up. Just wondering where the collapse of Western civilization is. Sorry, oh, wait. How am I not friends with Metal Maniac Matt? Sorry, I was just looking at various things on there and people I've potentially lost contact with, and I need to reach out to and say, "Hey, what you doing?" What's that thing? Here's the hip hop act with the "Hey, how you going? Sorry you can't get through. If you leave your name and your number, then I'll get back to you." As a voicemail message, as a hip hop track. But that's a whole thing as well. It's weird. I know so little about American hip hop, so pay no attention to it. I don't know that much about Australian hip hop, but I do pay more attention to Australian hip hop than I do to American hip hop. And the real musical vibe, Raise, is definitely shut up at your face. Which, if you've never heard of it, Raise did share on the Discord, which is this freaky thing from, what was it, the early 80s? A comedian who performed under the name Joe Dolce. This thing about being a kid in an Italian family. There you go, Dr. Bear. It was De La Soul. And you are right. As soon as you said it, I went, yeah, that's it. It was called like Ring 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 or something. De La Soul Ring. Is it okay? I found the lyric. Hey, how you doing? Sorry you can't get through. Why don't you leave your name and your number, and I'll get back to you. Yep, and it was in fact De La Soul. Ring, 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 ha ha hey. Shut up in your face. Even the teachers sung it. It was a song about them becoming famous, having heaps of people giving them demo tapes, so that just have people leave messages on their answering machine. Fair enough. Oh god, answering machines just reminds me of the track Machine Gun Falacio did called Isaac or Fuzz, because one of them was working in a record store and they got this voicemail and it's like, hey, I heard this song at a disco party on the weekend. Can you tell me what it is? It goes dun 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 dun. So it's Pig Bag. Papa's got a brand new Pig Bag. And call me, leave a message for Isaac or Fuzz. And they turned this voicemail message into a dance track, which was actually quite good. Oh, you're looking up De La Soul, 30th anniversary of their debut album, 3 Feet High and Rising, and Raise. Me, Myself, and I was massive. De La Soul had a few really big hits in the 90s. But like I was saying, I'm being a white guy and not that good on hip hop. Oh, it's all good. It's after 10 o'clock. I think maybe Miss Angry is still. I have to keep going because Miss Angry is going to still be watching Star Trek Discovery with her lad. And I got to keep going until she messages me that she's going to bed. I'm going to do one of my repetitive tapping games. And maybe I'll turn the sound on and you can hear weird noises and try and work out what it is. You've been listening to De La Soul since high school. That makes sense. What's going on here now? Close that. I'm going to hear like weird cash register noises because this how this game works. This is just an extreme example of repetitive. Oh no, wait, what are we doing? We want that. I'm just choosing which thing I tap on. And honestly, even some of my actions on this tapping border on superstitious. But it's the classic repetitive tapping thing that dates back to fucking Farmville, essentially. Chop Shop. Which one is Chop Shop? Is that Chop Shop? Anyway, got to tap on it repeatedly to make it do things. All right. I'm going to keep going. All right, I've done that as much as I can. All right. So now I've got to tap on a different thing. That one. Yes, tapping on different thing. Ooh, 4. What's this one? Nope. I don't want to tap on that one. That is not a thing I want to tap on. That is also not a thing I want to tap on. That is, oh wow. What's this shit doing to me? Fuck. Okay. Oof, this is stretching my Tim Smith brain into what can I tap on successfully. Okay, come on, a couple seconds. Then I tap a thing and it'll do a thing again. All right, blood bank. Where is that? And this is just like a world building. Just tap repeatedly. Because that's maxed out. Okay, I'll do this thing. All right, no, it's not doing anything. Oh no, that shit's doing shit. Okay. I'm just remembering the line from the series Ozark, where the redneck girl from the Ozark says, "I don't know shit about fuck." And that's me, honestly. I feel like I don't know shit about fuck. Go to 10. It's like when you're playing a mobile game and it has an ad, and the gameplay on the ad for another mobile game is so bad. It's like this is literally just meant to make me want to download that game in frustration because I can't believe that someone would play it that badly. Eminem. Well, actually, and yes, I do actually agree that Eminem changed everything. But a lot of people in the hip hop world think LP from Run the Jewels is a more important white rapper than Eminem. But that's not for me to argue, really. Oh, goodness me. Your whole body screaming at you. Is this from work? So Dr. Abigail saying De La Soul were a collective hip hop artists. And they were actually peaceful. Yes, I get it. Tribe Called Quest, Jungle Brothers, Queen Latifah shout each other out. Oh, you have food. Nice. And foodening. That's always a good thing. All right, and these fucking ads for games where you have to shut them down 4 times. It's like, well, you're a piece of fucking shit, aren't you? Making me shut down a thing for not once, not closing it once. I have to hit shut down 4 times to actually shut down the fucking ad. Fuck you, you motherfuckers. That's my take. These people are motherfuckers, and fuck them. All right, so 1, 2. I only had to shut that one down twice. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to do one more for fucking shits and giggles. Oh, God, now it's advertising an app that records you when you sleep. So it tells you how much you snored, how many times you farted, and if you're at risk of sleep apnea. I know I have sleep apnea. That's why I sleep with a fucking machine. I don't need a shit hypnagogic jerk. I have those. Does it I like the idea. I have seen apps that will record if you talk in your sleep. I fucking like the idea of recording if I talk in my sleep. So Rays, if not for Eminem, rap wouldn't have broke. Oh yeah, no. Eminem actually made life easier for a bunch of black artists as well. Yes, actually, Dr. Abigail, credit where credit's due. Vanilla Ice, trailblazer. My God, Vanilla Ice was such a fucking weirdo. Yeah, I mean, I think he was on one of those "I'm a celebrity, get me out of here" things. Dude, he's such a fucking weirdo, honestly. All right, hang on my tapping thing. Okay, I'm going to do this tapping thing for a little while. Then I'm going to do my Simpsons tapping thing, and I'm going to put it up to the microphone. You got all these Simpsons sound bites. All right, what is this fucking thing doing to me? Oh, collecting the potions. How's that going? All right. So the other thing, you got to tap the thing to tap another thing, and then that lets you tap another thing. I'm gonna let that go for a little while. Ice Baby. Oh, yeah, that's what he does. He does the house flipping shit. Oh my God. Yes. He has a reality show flipping houses. Yes. But I'll always remember an interview with Vanilla Ice being such a fuckhead, like when Queen and David Bowie rightfully sued him because didn't get permission to use the sample from Under Pressure. An interview where he's claiming they didn't rip off the sample from Under Pressure. It's like, no, ours goes ding, 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 ding. And theirs is like dung, 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 dung. It's like, shut the fuck up, you fucking idiot. You are just making yourself look stupid. All right. You know what? I'm going to leave that for a little while, but I'm going to put my Simpsons one on. And I don't know if it counts as ASMR, but I'll put up Simpsons sounds. Oh yeah, no, because they never got clearance to use the sample from Under Pressure, and so they're like, yeah, no, dude, you owe us fucking money. And yeah, he did do at least one interview where he essentially just fucking embarrassed himself by trying to say that wasn't a sample from Under Pressure. And it's like, man, shut the fuck up, honestly. This is just fucking cringy with you saying this ridiculous shit. All right. All right. I'm trying to work out. All right. See if you can get various Simpsons sound bites. All right, Furious D. I need you to. Sorry, that just also sounds like a porn star name, Furious D. Oh, what is this fucking thing doing to me, honestly? I'm not completely Tim Smith, but I'm Tim Smithed enough to be fucking thrown by even slightly confusing things. All right. Jesus Christ. Stop. Hammer time. Most feared person in hip hop. Is he a gangster? Okay. I fucking love that. MC Hammer and his brother are badasses. Because he was so funny in those parachute pants. Just tapping on things. There's the whole story thing playing out here. Yeah, no, we'll prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant willfully littered on the street. And I'm not talking about any old litter. We're dealing with a holy trinity of dangerous trash: a banana peel, bucket of marbles, and a truckload of tiny toy cars. So really, a littering case? If I had known this was on my docket, would have extended my vacation in Costa Rica. Judge Snyder, I've taken the case pro bono, and I never do that. Your Honor, this is a so-called lawyer has a vendetta against me ever since I wiped the floor with him earlier today in a separate case. Fine, let's hurry up. If my wife gets home before me, I lose custody of the remote control for the night, and I can't suffer through another Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. Okay. The whole bunch of things with lawyers in this. Fucking hell. God damn. Your buffet is clearly labelled according to food safety guidelines about temperature. Hard for them to claim they didn't know. Trying to drink the grease would be dangerous. It's like trying to sail a ship on land. Just doesn't make sense. And she kept, "Aye, you bring a good smile to me eye with this news. Like finding a pearl in an oyster it is. Do you need anything from me?" And I says, "I don't believe I do, but I'll be sure to let you know once I've had to finish reviewing the information, drafting a legal response, and perhaps decoding more of your nautical metaphors. Fair winds be, lad. I need to be navigating the treacherous seas of paperwork and employee schedules." Sorry, I just heard beeps of stuff being put on Discord. What was being put on Discord? Strictly Sega, what did you put there? All right. Lukey's putting stuff about MC Hammer's charity works. Okay. I'm just going, these are two very interesting choice. Strictly Sega is putting in two interesting choices. You could either go to Sexpo or Star Wars The Force Awakens. I mean, those are two very interesting choices for entertainment. Just saying. All right, because you're saying, yeah, because you and Ray's are both in Perth, go to Comic-Con in May. I mean, honestly, a couple of buds hanging out at Comic-Con, that actually sounds like a good time. Shells cart right in the open. The tip of this year is different. Homer 1. Chief Wiggum. That was not Chief Wiggum. Mo? All right, and the Turtwilliger clan. I feel like I lost something. Mr. Costington. Tap. Oh, how the fuck did that little fucker get away from me? Okay. Fucking whatever. Oh, this one, the stunt guy.
United States of America has the best doctor to daredevil ratio in the world.
This is one of the most inexplicable punchlines. Someone saying their choice was because of the quality of the American health system. Smithers? Grandpa Simpson.
Best part of being a giving jerks that come up good.
Who the cop?
My gun, well, that makes me feel like a man in my enormous genitals. This thing into yesterday.
Aliens? Oh, I got. I feel like I need to do a pee break. Actually, um, yep. I feel like It's like the thought got into my head. Now it's like I absolutely need to pee. That is a thing I need to do. Nope. Now I've thought of it. I can't stop. So this will be quick. This is the bathroom's just outside this door, but I definitely need to do it. Oh my god, I so needed to pee then. That's like about a liter. Hey, god damn. Oh. Oh, sorry. Okay, so Streaky Sega, you've been filling us in. Had a good time at Sexpo. I like the sound of that. Nice. God, Streaky Sega, it's still only 7:30 p.m. But you've been at the convention all day. It does sound like a good dime, though. All right, I'm going to go back to this. Ned Flanders. Oof. An elephant? Stampy. That's a very early Simpsons episode. Stampy the elephant. Does anyone remember that one? The gym coach that fucking traumatizes the kids with medicine balls that he calls bombardment. Like dodgeball. That is such a weird thing American school kids are pushed into. Dodgeball. Okay, what the fuck is this doing? Okay, that's that. Sorry, I'm tapping on various things. Oops, I think I made a mistake. Oh, I did make a mistake. That's okay, though. No, that's not happening in a hurry. Okay. No, I don't know. Okay, that's a whole fucking thing. Okay. Good, eh? Okay, so I've never been. Wanted to go. Well, I hope the two of you enjoyed it. And yes, we were having this discussion earlier that it hadn't been in Perth for ages, and now it was in Perth again. Dodgeball seems dodgy as fuck. From an outside perspective, you can never really be sure of what's happening, but geez, it seems dodgy. All right. Various things that the Americans call gym seem very freakish to Australian eyes. But again, it's very hard to be sure. As an outsider, you can have a very misguided view of it. Oh, that's from the movie Dodgeball, yeah? If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Yeah. Grandpa Simpson. All the various little noises. Ned Flanders. There's Cletus. Some folks will never eat a skunk, but then again, some folk'll. Like Cletus, the slack-jawed yokel. What are we gonna do there? You played it when you were in school. Switched to soft foam balls, so safer. Not allowed to aim for the head. Yes, I thought that was falling into your category, Strictly Sega. Dr. Abigail doing a classic movie quote. The 5 Ds of dodgeball: dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. That movie was so silly, and I very much enjoyed it.
Another story in the
Mo. You gotta rewatch Dodgeball. They did so much with Cletus and Brandine over the years. What I love is because the original Cletus's first entry was in the Stampy the Elephant episode, where Lisa objected to Stampy being put on show, and she says something like, "Can't have him just out here on show for slack-jawed yokels." And then Cletus leans in. First time he's been in, but he points at Lisa and he goes, "Whoa, look at the girl with the pointy hair." And then there was one of the weird clip show ones. Was the next time Cletus was on, and they had the song, was the one I was singing before. Some folks will never eat a skunk, but then again, some folk will, like Cletus, the slack-jawed yokel. Then he became a semi-regular character. And hello, Noog, by the way. Yeah, people do terrible things to kids, Loogie. That's all I'm going to say. And their defense is they're kids. They'll get over it. And yeah, when I think back to the shit that was done to me when I was a kid, because I'm a kid and I'll get over it, Fucked up, man. Fucked up. Oof, this is ridiculous. That was him. Cletus up the pole. He's up the telephone pole and go, I can call my mom while I'm up here. Hey, mom, get off the dang roof. This thing. Wish I had an elephant. You did. His name was Stampin'. You loved him. Oh, yeah. The degree, I do actually love self-referential stuff in The Simpsons because it's been on so fucking long and so many things have happened that they get to do absolutely weird self-referential shit. Some folks will never lose a tool, but then again, some focal, like Cletus, the slack-jawed yokel. Oh, dear. Again, Disco Stew's introduction was at the yard sale where Homer had the denim jacket that he was bedazzling and he'd ran out of studs and he wanted to make Margie's making him sell the denim jacket where the studs were meant to spell out Disco Stud, but he ran out of studs, so it says Disco Stew. And Margie's telling Homer he has to sell it because stupid, but then a guy holds up the jacket and says to his friend who's dressed in 70s disco gear, Stu, this jacket is perfect for you. He goes, Disco Stu doesn't advertise. And then Disco Stu became a semi-regular character. It's so fucking weird. Oh, yes, that was the George Bush episode. That episode was so fucking funny. George Bush Sr. at war with Homer and Bart. It was very funny. And just extremely weird. Putting some random sounds out here again. Not all. There's like I've got like 300 or 400 of these little characters, and not all of them have sounds. But I like the ones that do. Matt! Yeah, dude, you saw that I sent you the Discord message? I was literally just looking on Discord and I saw your name there. I was going, I haven't seen Matt in ages. And so I sent that friend request. It's like it's a bit late. I'm probably not going to be here that much longer. I'm just waiting for Mrs. Angry to go to bed. Then I'm going to go to bed too. Yeah, no, I literally did that to grab your attention because I was just looking at the friends list it wasn't even the friends list. It was people who'd been around at one point on Discord, and when I clicked on you, it said that we weren't friends on Discord, and I was hoping send you the friend request would get your attention. So good to see you, man. How have you been, by the way? What have you been up to? How's life treating you? I'm just chilling out and like doing meaningless tapping on my phone, but getting Simpsons sound bites, which is, pretty good. like getting Simpsons sound bites. There's all these weird little characters on my screen. I'm just tapping at various ones to make things happen. I fucking lost one I was looking for. There he is. Martin of the Opera. Go back there. You been good? Got a new pup? Had your hands full? That sounds good, though. That sounds like you're living your best life. And I'm all on board with that. I'm super glad me doing the thing on Discord got your attention. I was hoping it would. I'm putting this next to the microphone in the hopes the microphone picks it up. I don't know if it is or not.
I'll throw in the undercoating for 200. No, 490 bucks.
Dodgy car salesman?
Free to do whatever you like.
Yuppies?
License. We want to be number one. Let's see. Ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Who do we have? Nice to see a young man take a
Oh, okay. So I'm going to do, I've actually finished. So much tapping. Wow, that's a lot. Okay, and then just do the group thing. How many have I got? Yeah, I've got about 400 fucking characters on this. It's weird. I've been playing this for over 10 years. It's ridiculous, quite honestly. But I'm ridiculous, is what I'm saying. Almost finished this one. Couple more taps. All right, that's that. Hey, Hannah, how you doing? According to your community page, a couple of people made noise complaints. Only achieves anything if the cough's free. Yeah. And they ignore you if it's the same people. Yeah. Yeah, you do have to keep bugging, but I think Hannah's right. Different people have to do it. They'll still only turn up if they're available. Yeah. And noise complaints are a bit low on the thing. Sorry, Mrs. You back. Losing you. It's still going. Okay. It's too much if it's still going, honestly. Lukey, that's a general thing. Cops being shit at their job, honestly. It's this other repetitive tapping thing doing. Oh, I want to turn that down a bit. That's louder than the Simpsons one. Claim. Okay, Terminus Station. Which one's Terminus Station? This one? Okay, go do this. Tap many times. Okay, I thought it was going to stop there. I have to tap more times. It's going to get to, oh, that one's said I've tapped enough. 150 maybe? All right. Ooh, I'm tapping on the thing. You're just getting doof, doof, doof. That's a bit rough. Yes, Noog. I also recommend people listen to the Behind the Police episodes of Behind the Bastards. Definitely. Loogie, that might be what's needed. All the neighbours who aren't at the party to form a lynch mob. Okay. I don't know why these repetitive tapping things freaking get me, but they do. It's like little endorphin hit. Look, no, you reached another level. Keep going. Tap more. Reach yet another level. Okay, these are all done. Is that chop chop? Okay. Boost that. Tap that a lot. It's got to tap that heaps. Okay, that's as many times as I can tap. Okay. Casino. Yep, okay, got to boost that one too. And then finally, this one. No boosts on that? No, okay. I have done all of the repetitive tapping that I can do. That's good. They're a corner block at the bottom of two hills. It's like a natural megaphone. God damn it. Music elevator, hello. Home from LARP camp. Car full of... Dude, oh dear, you've been having a full-on time? Yeah, no, he's not. Thank you for the news. Literally, like, definitely way over half the things Elon Musk says are complete fucking lies. He just straight up lies about the capability of technologies. I think it's leaning towards 90% of his announcements. Ooh, okay. So what are these costumes? I'm going to share them. Musical Aviator, this LARPing that you shared. What are the actual costumes? They're giving me like Russian vibes. I don't know. So what uniforms do we have here? The fur hats are all very cool. Like them. Oh gosh, now there's a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. Cossacks. Okay, I thought they looked very Russian. Okay. And there was a whole bunch of other photos. These will be a bit smaller because I'm too tired to do the multiple clicks. Little haul. There's our man in armor, looking very good. A whole bunch of people. That looks like a scrapbook. Oh, good Lord, you have your own trading card? That's so fucking cool. Oh, dear, I like that. Picturing a Billy Big Mouth mass. Line its mouth every time it sings Noosh. Loogie. I'll wait till the neighbours are hungover, slip down there, set up some speakers and blast Baby Shark at them. No, he hasn't seen what San Francisco thought of robo-taxis. Yeah, and because they cause accidents and traffic blockages. But yeah, almost everything Elon Musk says is a fucking lie. Hannah, you reckon a lot of neighbours would help with that? Yeah, they're into the revenge. Noish. Got a note on your car telling you not to park. Oh, yes. And then I remember that story that those people left you the bullshit note. Then you had tradies offering to leave their work vehicles there for a week. Nice. So music guy better you play card game based on Gwent from Witcher. Yeah. Cards are characters from Last Camp. That's fucking cool. I like that. And by cool, I mean I'm a massive nerd, so nerdy shit like that really appeals to me. And I don't really care if someone else doesn't think it's cool, because I just fucking love nerdy shit. Spending potions. Let's see what this tap thing wants me to do. I'll let it run for a little bit. Having your own trading card is pretty cool. Honestly, I really like that. Oof. Well, I think I might hear a noise that's Mrs. Angry going to bed. Which would mean I'm going to go to bed too. Just going to put some of this extremely tasty liqueur in the glass to give Mrs. Angry a bit of flavour for her hot chocolate in the morning. Oh, yeah. Bow, bow, bow. You hate that you get 15 seconds of silence. Hope they're going to show. Oh, yeah. Oh, the false promise. You did something similar with an AB you had upstairs. They were an arsehole, so you blasted tranny porn through the ceiling. Good. Okay. What do I want? I want to do this. All right. I need to sign off. I'm going to sign off, y'all. That's Mrs. Angry going to, well, it's literally like, because I need, because I have this weird eczema, I need to get the ointment on, and I need it on bits I can't reach, so I need Mrs. Angry to do that. So y'all take care. Probably going to do a Sunday night stream. It'll probably be a short one, or like, yeah, the normal 2 hours anyway. And yes, Dr. Abigail, that is a fair call to I don't feel you're a person who does slurs, Loogie, but unconsciously something. It's good not to do that. But anyway, let's yeah, no, I do get I don't feel like you were deliberately saying something slurry there, but that's a learning thing. But anyway, I'm going to go sleepy bobos. So thank you all for hanging out tonight. And I will see you another time. But I'm going to say